Hi, and welcome to Inside Influence. You're watching myself, Dr. Angela Kung, hosting a producer interview with the lovely Vikki Downey. Vikki, I'm so excited you're here. And I'm very, very excited for the audience to get to know you because you have been chosen to be part of our amazing documentary film project called Rise of the Lioness. So I am very interested for the audience to know um, just why did you say yes to this film? What made you what made you say yes? Let's start there.
That's a good one. That's a juicy one already. You're getting to the juicy stuff right away. It took me a little time, and it was actually after speaking to you, Angela, that you really brought to the forefront what the film is about and how feminine leadership should be talked about and highlighted and brought to the world to hear more about. And I was just so connected to that, and I just had to jump in. After I talked to you, it was a done deal.
I'm so happy that you said yes because you are absolutely one of the most amazing, empowering uh, people to be inspired by. And the things that you do today, I know that you touch a lot of people, a lot of people. You have quite a few different aspects of your career.
Yes.
So let people know if you can just tell them real quick what is it that you do?
Yeah. So I have my own business, my own online business. I am a national marketing director with Neora. It's a clean skincare, hair care, and wellness brand, and we're just now on TikTok. That's exciting
Nice.
news. But you can find us everywhere. And I also am a police wife. If you follow me on social media, you'll see that like as one of the main things because I want to be a voice for fellow police officers' wives who really feel isolated, alone, all the things, like a solo parent. So I wrote a book about that. It became a number one bestseller. So I have that part of me. And I am the managing director of eWomen Network, which you and I are both a part of. I'm the managing director of Orange County chapter. And let's see what else. I'm a grandmother. I just became a grandmother.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, I went from zero. My husband and I went from 0 to 2 just this year.
Wow, what a blessing.
I know it is.
Amazing. Your life sounds so full and fulfilling. And as a woman who's probably been through a lot in your life, I mean, just being a police officer's wife is
Yeah.
already huge. Tell me what is it about being in the movie The Rise of the Lioness that resonated with you and your message for the world?
Yeah. Honestly, know how powerful women are. But they complement at the same time with their leadership skills, their male counterpart, whether they're married to them or, it's in a business or politics or what have you. Feminine leadership is necessary, right? We just can't have masculine leadership without feminine. And the world just would fall apart, to be honest with you. And we see that in nature. And I've been doing a lot of research on lionesses.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And we actually went to Africa when my kids were 10 and 11 years old on a photo safari. And so we got to see a ton of lionesses and lions in action. And it is amazing what the women, the lionesses, do for the world, for their pride, and how they're all about community. They're nurturers, but they're also the hunters, as we all know from grade school learning.
Mhm.
But you need all of that with the masculine side of the lion too, and I just feel like this film is going to bring all of that to the forefront. That feminine leadership is necessary in collaboration in making the world go round. So, yeah.
I love that you actually studied the lionesses. And
I
you
do.
you kind of like understanding, them on that animalistic level
Yeah.
because we do learn so much from nature.
Mhm.
And I just love that you talked about your safari or your like your
Yeah.
African like
Yeah.
trip.
It was amazing.
That's awesome. I wanna do that one day. I
Yeah.
really do.
Yeah.
But like when you talk about all of this with such, passion, why do you have passion to help the world understand that feminine leadership is important? I know you said, we need it, but why do we need it? And what is really your mission when it comes to when you talk about like, you know, just being a part of this project of like getting more women to wake up maybe? Like what is sort of
Yeah.
that?
Yeah. I mean, it's a big, deep question, very deep, and I've been contemplating that a lot since I joined in on the film, and it's I do feel like our voices need to be heard. Us that are leaders, that are have that are we lean into our feminine side. We're not embracing because there are females that embrace the masculine side and lead with that. And I think you and I both, we're all about the bling and the girly stuff, but we get things done. We are doers. We motivate others. We have a masculine side to us, but we know that leaning into the feminine is so important and it just complements the masculine leader. And I don't know, there's just been a lot of talk out there in the world about men leading and why don't we have more women, and that's why I feel like it's so important for us to speak up because I grew up in the age of Margaret Thatcher if we want to like talk politics, but she was an inspiration to me as a young girl seeing this prime minister of England leading. Like never once did I think I couldn't lead after seeing her.
Wow.
Yeah, like I thought of course I could be a president
I mean, even
of
for
a
you to say
country.
that is an inspiration to women listening to this.
Yeah, yeah. I
That
mean,
you are an inspiration,
oh,
that you said that.
uh,
I never saw that I couldn't do it.
right.
Like, most women would be like, I couldn't do that."
Oh,
So, I love that you're
yeah. I just
right
owned it.
there.
Yeah, and I think it came I don't know if you had a super strong, powerful mom, Angela, but I did. I was raised by a very strong mom who I don't wanna say stood up to my father, but, owned her power, knew that she was worthy, and then, add on Margaret Thatcher and the other female influences. I thought, "You know what? The world is my oyster. I can do anything I set my mind to,
Wow.
even though I'm a woman." So,
Wow. I mean, you sharing about your mother, 'cause I've never really had these deep conversations about your mother
no.
before, but for you to say that, it makes me think, that makes a lot of sense, Vicky, because you are such a strong woman today and you go after things. And when I think about, yes, my mother was also very strong and she did have an influence on me. And what I think, women who are able to be mentored or inspired by strong women can then find their own strength and their own voice as
Mhm.
well, which is why I think we're doing this project because obviously there are women out there that maybe feel less than or not worthy.
Right, right.
Maybe they can't find their voice. Maybe they're being victimized or abused in some way in the work field or even at home.
Yeah,
Maybe they were raised in a generation or in a culture that women, do not have as much respect.
right.
And so I think that, seeing someone like you know, be able to just so easily and gracefully sort of encompass this empowered self as a woman is already in and of itself inspiring to watch and see.
Oh, oh, thank you.
So it's exciting to know that you're going to be in this film.
Yeah.
People are going to be watching you and watching what you're going to be saying because I think everything you say is going to create an impact. And as a grandmother today, I think there's sort of like maybe more of a desire to leave a legacy.
Totally, totally. Can I tell you something funny?
Please.
As you were talking, I was starting to get teared up when you talked about the grandchildren because as I was really contemplating what a lioness is, as I was getting ready for the film, I did some research on lionesses, and I was blown away about how powerful females are, and I knew that in my heart of hearts, but I'd never seen it expressed in an animal form too, and so I sent the article that I found to my daughter, who just had a baby, and to my daughter-in-law, who just had a baby this year, and I said, "You guys, we are lionesses." And so I feel like we're starting a movement and giving that to the next generation to own that. Own that
Wow.
they are powerful in their own right and worthy of all the great things in life. So, yeah, so I was about to go to tears and I had to pull them back.
Oh my gosh. I
So,
mean, I love that you said that, and whatever it is that you sent, what did it say? What did it
yeah, it talked well, both of them are in the thick of nurturing their babies, breastfeeding their babies, and, being the nutrients for their child to survive, and that's what the article was about. It was about the lionesses not only killing the prey, and then the lions come in and they just feast and then go to sleep, but the females bring the food, get the food, then, the lions eat, the babies then are nurtured, of course, the lionesses eat, but then the babies, they have to take care of the babies too. It was just the long list of everything a woman does,
Wow.
right? And
Mhm.
then they're also the community keepers, and I think of women and how our friendship groups, and we don't want to exclude any girlfriends. We're always so inclusive. And within our communities, that's what they do within the pride as well. So I was thinking about those two women in my life and wanting to leave that legacy, wanting them to know, and I'm going to get verklempt myself, that they are doing powerful things. Just even the small act that many people think of feeding their child, they are everything to that child, and the child won't survive if they aren't nurtured. So yeah, it was just kind of when you brought up legacy, I thought, well, I am kind of leaving a legacy and making sure they feel worthy.
That is such a powerful point, and that any mom out there breastfeeding should be
Yeah,
inspired to hear, and
I
just
know.
any woman, being able to do the little things that they do. Perhaps they're an aunt or a sister or,
Mhm.
whoever that they can, serve their community in that nurturing,
Yeah.
maternal way almost.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, that it
Exactly.
comes naturally, but there's also a role there that men usually do not play,
Right.
right? It doesn't
Right.
come as innately to them or instinctually.
Yeah, exactly.
But there was something that you mentioned, Vicky, and I think this attests to why I love you so much and why you're such a beautiful hearted leader to me. You said something about women loving community and being the community gatekeepers and wanting to be inclusive. Now, when you said that, I 100% agree, but I do feel that there are some women that may not be living at that higher frequency and in their power of what a strong, healthy woman would be defined as, and so they may not be as inclusive, or they may feel either a ostracized themselves and reclusive,
Mhm.
or b they may not be able to have a heart to be inclusive. They may be more ostracizing other women or being in that judgmental space. And so when I think about a woman who has arrived, I feel like, you are the epitome of that because being the managing director of such a large, I think the largest chapter of eWomen, right?
I'm not sure if we are, but we're up
Okay,
there.
we're up
We're up
there.
there.
So in Orange County,
It's big.
you being the managing director of eWomen, we have a huge chapter of entrepreneurial women, and I know because I'm a part of it, and it's run so smoothly because you're at the top.
Oh, you're so sweet.
But really, as soon as you came into that position, what I felt was the inclusivity right away. It's not that it didn't feel inclusive before, but there's an extra
Mhm.
comfort, there's an extra love
Oh.
energy,
Oh, I love it.
and I love being there with you. I love being there with the other women, but you have that come so naturally for you. And I wanna make sure that the audience gets to know the essence of you, and the reason why I'm expounding on this and really, like, beating this to the ground is because It's not natural for all women. It's
Mm.
not, and I don't even know if you realize that because it's so natural for you.
Right.
And I love that spirit that you have because you are a leader today because you carry that, that beautiful philosophy, and it's so true to you, second nature, in fact. And that is one of the reasons why I really wanted you to be a part of this movie.
Oh.
Yeah, one of. Okay, you have many,
Yeah,
many gifts and
aw,
things like that.
that's huge.
Yeah, I just love, who you are as a woman. I want you to be an inspiration to others, and, what is it that, inspires you and keeps you going? And, like, in this chapter of your life, because you
Mhm.
have so many things going and you are a grandmother now,
Yeah,
what is this chapter looking like?
that's a really good one. I do wanna leave a legacy. It's funny you asked that because at the age of 38, I remember exactly how old I was, which was a decent amount of years ago now. But at 38, I remember thinking, "What legacy am I leaving in this world?" I know if I were gone tomorrow, I must be some type of an old soul, I don't know what it is, but I thought, "If I'm gone tomorrow, my husband will miss me, both my kids who are, like, 13 and 12 at the time, they'll miss me, but will I have made any difference in this world? Would I have
Wow.
made an impression?" Yeah, and I had that epiphany with myself or conversation that I don't know if I have. And I think that empowered me to
Mm,
go out and do more, be more. And so now in this chapter, I still I feel like it's Vicky 2.0.
yes.
I feel like I'm in that next phase where I do feel like there is some type of legacy. I don't know what it is. When in heaven, I'll probably see, maybe.
Yes.
But I pray that now I'm getting deeper into my legacy work and teaching others. It's funny that you say that, to be inclusive, and that's what you see that I do. It brought back a conversation just right here in this moment that a high school friend told me. She was a freshman when I was a senior. And I guess we had, I don't know what it was called, but like a big sister.
Yes.
So you were given a big sister when you were a freshman. And she told me this. I honestly didn't remember a lot of it. I feel terrible. Sorry, Yvette, if you're watching this. I remember now that she's reminding me, but she said, "You were the kindest person. You introduced me to people. You made me feel welcome." And by you telling me that, what you just said, I thought, wow, maybe I have innately done it, or maybe it was something that wasn't done for me. And I think it's more the latter, where
Mm.
I was criticized. I was called Casper because I'm so fair. I think I've got some sunless tanning on now, so I don't look as fair. But in elementary school, I would have kids come up to me and go, "I've got one word for you." And I'd go, "What?" Because, the sweet little innocent, "What?" And they'd say, "Beach." And I'm like, "Okay." And then I would be called Casper, and they ended up being friends of mine that did it, which is bizarre, and some were boys and most of them were boys that were doing that. But I had a lot of mean girl experiences then through junior high, and so I wonder if that shaped who I am, where I thought, "I don't wanna be that person, and I wanna include others and not make me people feel terrible by the color of their skin or no color."
You
Right,
know what,
so
Vicky? I have to say thank you. Thank you for sharing that story and that vulnerability because I truly believe that the biggest challenge we go through becomes our biggest gift
yeah,
that we can offer to the world. And
totally.
what the heart that you have of inclusivity, the fact that you literally just, dug into that and spoke it out loud, that maybe it was because I was, treated
Yeah,
that way
yeah.
before, and I don't want anyone to
Mm-mm,
feel that way.
mm-mm.
And that's absolutely why I do what I do today, because I don't want anyone to go through what I went through. And so being, who I am today, and we don't have to talk about me, but
Yeah.
I really see people, I guess, coming to their genius and
Mhm.
coming to their strongest character trait and what they can honestly bless others with
Mhm.
because they've had to grow and be refined and become wiser
Yeah.
in what they went through. And I think some people might still be on that transformation,
Mhm.
and some people might even be blocked from it in some way or shape or form,
Right.
but the fact that you have a decision that you can make to work through it and make it a better version of you. Like
Right.
maybe it's 3.0, maybe it's
Yeah,
4.0, because
yeah.
we don't know, but
Right.
you are definitely a beautiful version of yourself because of what you went through. And that makes so much sense to me now because
Right.
you do go above and beyond
Mhm.
as a woman to make other women feel special, included, and
Mhm.
loved.
Aw.
And I know that. I mean, I'm close to you. I haven't met you,
Right.
but being able to define it right now in that way, you have this depth of dimension in that area, and it's so beautiful. And I love that you're going to be in this fabric of the movie.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
You're amazing. You're amazing. So, is there anything that you would like the audience to know about you, your message, um, any last words? And of course, I want them to be able to find you, if
Right.
they want to reach out to you and, give us your information as well. So,
Yeah. Yeah, what I've been really reflecting on that, what do I want people to know me, think of me, um, know about themselves, more importantly, is that the word worthy.
mm,
They are worthy
ooh,
of all the good things that are out there in this world. And I'm a God's girl. I know you are too.
yes.
And so I know that God wants that. No matter who you believe, if you believe in the universe, some other being, whatever it is. For me, it's God, it's Jesus, but He wants the best for all of us. And He wants us to know each one of us is worthy. We're not perfect, nobody's perfect, but we're worthy of all the blessings, all of His blessings is the way I see it. And so I just want the people listening to know that you are worthy. So you can find me everywhere on basically every platform, and most of the places I'm at the Vikki Downey with a THE at the beginning, THEVIKKIDOWNEY.com. And we have a podcast, my husband and I. So it's called Dig the Well. It's all about entrepreneurship. So if you'd like to learn about owning your own business, maybe you have a business already, it's for everyone who wants to be an entrepreneur or doesn't. And it's soup to nuts, it's like everything. And that drops weekly every Thursday. So you can just find us out there on YouTube, on all the places. And my website, the easiest way to find me is VikkiDowney.com. So VIKKIDOWNEY.com.
Wow, Vicky. I mean, you are leaving a legacy.
Oh,
You really are. And just by, us getting this producer interview out there, people are going to hear, just who you are, the essence of you, what you stand for, and it's already going to impact the world and inspire people. And I want that. I want people to see you and say, you know what? I can do it too.
yes.
Or I can have that too. Or maybe, yes, I do deserve all the blessings
Yes.
and I haven't been able to feel or find my worth until now.
Oh, I would love that too. I would so love that.
So thank you for that beautiful message, and I hope that ripple effects into the world pretty far and wide. And
Thank you.
thank you for saying yes to this project. I cannot wait for it to come out in 2026 and really make an impact for the world, not just for women. Of
Right.
course, we want all the kids and the women and the older women to experience this and to maybe think differently a
Mm-hmm.
little bit, think outside the box and allow them to up level their lives by the movie. And
Yes.
yeah, so thank you again for being such a, you know, beautiful part of this project with us. And you're watching Inside Influence, hosted this particular interview hosted by myself, Dr. Angela Kung, here with the beautiful Vikki Downey. And thank you so much for watching.